What a night in the WWE. I say there was a shocker in the main event. I will get to that here very shortly. Also, we're going to cover some Major League Baseball, some college football, and also the NFL. Yes, somehow the morning broadcast this morning got screwed up, but I am here doing it live just for you, my awesome fans of CWNS and also Waverly News. Check this out. Monday Night Raw was located in Houston, Texas. The audience was completely on fire, very electrified. Uh, the commentary had problems. I guess it's mic problems because they couldn't turn it a little bit up to beat the audience noise. But however, the program opened with the commentary of Corey Graves in the middle of the ring, along with Roman, Kevin, Big Cass, Seth, and of course, you know how Seth Rollins is. He loves to run his mouth. So he told Corey to shut up. Don't know why he had a cocky attitude with Corey, but it is what it is. Part of the script. We know that. But of course, there was a big old fight in the middle of the ring. However, on top of everything else, it was a fatal four-way match on the main event tonight. That lead up to the brand new champion uh, that we will announce in just a moment. Remember last week, Brock Lesnar was fined $500, so Stephanie ordered Paul Heyman to show up on Monday Night Raw to address the WWE Universe. The first matchup, ladies and gentlemen, was the matchup with Neville and Chris Jericho. It was an awesome match, lasted forever, but however, there had to be a winner, and somebody had to be the big L, the loser, and Jericho won by submission. Go figure. Uh, Before they went on commercial, Bayley walked in and joined in the fun with New Day. Of course, they had to do the tag team champion gimmick, which was interesting and funny at the same time. But however, we gotta get to the second matchup. Even though it was a newcomer coming in, Houston native uh, Ion showed up in the middle of the square circle, and she couldn't win against Maya Jax because Maya Jax pretty much delivered the Texas clothesline from Kingdom Come. I tell you, Maya Jax won by pitfall. Uh, Dana Brooks joined up with Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. To me, Dana Brooks looked like a stuck-up nurse, pretty much high on steroids or something, or a nurse hooker, in other words. Uh, I don't know why they're continuing with the gimmick being a doctor and a nurse. I just don't understand that gimmick. To me, that is a waste of scripting. The third match was Jinder versus Sami Zayn. A great matchup. Reports of tape on the ankle of Sami Zayn due to injury. Sami did win by pinfall. Uh, Sasha was talking. Sasha made a very surprise appearance on WWE tonight, talking smack against Charlotte. We know that Sasha has so much unfinished business with Charlotte, so she is going to come back and kick Charlotte's rear end. Uh, but it is a question when she is going to return. We just don't know when. But I know it's just around the corner. Sasha is recovering from a back injury. The fourth matchup of the night, New Day and Bayley versus Gallows, Anderson, and Dana Brooks. Mixed tag team action going on. Charlotte, as a guest commentary, of course, running her mouth. Uh, the New Day tag team champ and Bayley won by pinfall. On the record, I believe that Bayley works great with the New Day, no doubt about it. The fifth matchup, ladies and gentlemen, and I guess this right, Cesaro versus Sheamus tonight. I guess tonight was beat up Sheamus night. Normally we hear beat up John Cena, but tonight it was beat up on Sheamus night. Cesaro tapped out. Sheamus won, of course. The sixth matchup of the night, and they are introducing the cruiserweight. That starts in 3 weeks in counting down. So the sixth matchup was Americo versus Braun Strowman. Braun won by a pinfall. Now, here comes the fun part. Stephanie addresses Paul Heyman in the middle of the square circle in the ring. And in front of the whole entire universe, of course. Now, Paul Heyman attempted to pay the fine off with $1 bills up to $100 bills. It's $1 bills. We saw the big stack of $1 bills to pay off the $500 fine. Paul Heyman paid up the fine, and however, something's telling me that Stephanie's not done with this. But Stephanie did accept the money and the apology. The seventh matchup, Titus O'Neil and Darren Young, great matchup. However, Darren Young won by pinfall. Sorry, I was looking at TV for a second. I thought, yeah, I got confused for a second. Okay, back to the program. Mick Foley and Stephanie banned the partners. There was a rumor about that, but it wasn't true because there was a surprise visit. But before we get to the main event, this broadcast is brought to you by Lisa's Place, located at 369 Broad Street. Go get you some fresh home style fries. I mean, they cut them right there at Lisa's Place, and they give you a lot. And their prices are very reasonable and friendly customer service. I promise you, you will not leave that location disappointed. Again, that's Lisa's Place here in our hometown, Waverly, New York, at 369 Broad Street. Now to the main event. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, and Big Cass. It was no disqualification, but however, we kind of had a issue because we were trying to figure out what was going on. But however, by the end of the match, there was a very surprised person that came in. Triple H returned tonight and pedigree Roman Reigns and also pedigree Seth Rollins. So Triple H screwed Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. So I know there's going to be a next week full of interesting programming. A brand new script that we don't know what the heck is going on. Now, right now, as I speak, Kevin Owens is the new WWE Universal Champion. Remember, tomorrow is the live SmackDown, which we will definitely keep a lookout on that. Remember, Total Divas coming around Wednesday, October the 5th, brand new season, 8 p.m. only on the E Network. The 6 winner episodes will give viewers a very close view into the VIP lives of the Bellas and their fellows. John Cena, Daniel Bryan, of course, will be hanging around as usual. Plus, they have brand new cast members. But rumors were told, and this is just coming in, that all those personalities will be living underneath the same roof for the first time. So anything will happen when it comes to Total Divas. Besides, it'll give you behind the scenes look at the WWE, of course. TNA Bound for Glory is live October 2nd. Can't wait for that. Also, Lucha Underground Season 3 premieres Wednesday, September the 7th, 8 p.m. on the El Rey Network only, on that network. Let's see what else is going on before I quit rumbling your ears off. Remember, preseason, let's just go on the NFL, then we're going to go to the boring game called baseball. But preseason 3 was extremely off the charts over the weekend. Scores don't matter. However, the game does matter to me, along with the rest of my family. Of course, it was awesome. Of course, there has to be a winner, and there has to be the big L called a loser. Uh, CBS and NBC picked up a few games. The ratings, of course, skyrocketed so far above average this season, so that's a good thing. So I guess more people's watching football than last season. I just don't get it. Uh, let's just get on with the NFL games of last week. This game was on NBC, the Falcons versus the Dolphins. Uh, a great game. Uh, it looks like my awesome wife and my team won for the first time in a long time. However, they're 2-1 in preseason right now. The Dolphins won 17, Falcons 6. Uh, Seahawks versus the Cowboys, great game. However, the Cowboys got scrutinized big time a couple times over the weekend. I'm praying for those boys. Don't know what the world's coming to, but it is what it is. 2 losses and 1 win. However, Cowboys is probably not looking good this season so far. The final score was 27-17. Check this out: Panthers versus the Patriots. We already know that the Patriots is looking good this season. Most definitely, they always look good. Don't know why. 19-17 was the final score. Let's go over to the Redskins and Bills. Redskins sure know how to light off the field. Uh, they deserve this win, 21-16. Uh, I know I'm standing in the living room right now, where my brother-in-law lives at. Most likely, he's going to say a few comments on this score.
It sucks right now because it's not showing it because I gotta have like a flash.
Okay, it'll show later. The Steelers has 2 losses and 1 win, but however, on this game they gain a win against the Saints, 27-14. Ay caramba, dude. Uh, Browns versus the Buccaneers. Great game that was on CBS on Friday night. I knew there was another game on a regular network, but I wasn't too sure. But that's me. I don't really follow sports that much, except twice a week. The Buccaneers walked out of that game pretty fair and square without cheating, 30-13. Uh, the 49ers had a very bad weekend. They are looking at suspending or getting rid of one football player because he refused to stand during the national anthem. Uh, so we don't know what's going on. Also, another part of the story that he is refusing to work with other players. Also, getting in some practice, and he's just being dumb right now, in other words. So, Packers and 49ers went at it on Friday night. Packers kicked the 49ers rear end 21-10. The Chiefs versus the Bears. That was a bad game, I tell you, but it was a good game for the Chiefs because they came out with a win against the Bears, 23-7. Lions versus the Ravens. We already know the Ravens are on fire this season. Look at their offense and defense. Heck, just look on who's on the freaking roster. The Ravens kicked the Lions rear end, 30-9. The Eagles versus the Colts. Very good game. The Eagles is on fire this season. 33-23 was the final score. Let's go over to the Jets and Giants game. A very tight game, of course. We know that was a tight game based on the scores. The Giants walked off with a win, 21-20. On Saturday on CBS, Raiders versus the Titans. We don't know what's going on with the Raiders at all on both sides, offense and defense. We don't know what's going on. Uh, this is the second game they lost in the preseason. So the Titans versus the Raiders. Final score 27-14. Ouch. Um, The Broncos versus the Rams. I'm surprised they're winning this season so far without their top number one quarterback. He went bye bye. Anyways, Broncos defeated the Rams 17-9. Vikings versus Chargers for a good game, 23-10. On Sunday on the Fox TV station or Fox, yeah, I think it was on normal TV station. The Texans versus the Cardinals, very good game. Uh, I can't write it any more better than what it is. Texans is on fire with 3 wins and no loss for the first time in a long time. What the heck? We could have used this last season. I guess the owner of the Texans finally got his cork out of his rear end or something. Try to figure out, hey, our team is always losing every single season. Right, that's my opinion. Texans versus Cardinals, 34-24 was the final score. However, the Jaguars and the Bengals game was a good one on NBC Network. Uh, Supposedly, I did not take the time to research on the networks. Sorry about that. Jaguars walk out that game 26-21. Let's take a look at week 4, which starts this week. This is the final preseason week, ladies and gentlemen. Then the regular season kicks off. You know, when regular season kicks off, that's when scores do matter, in my opinion. When God comes down to save us. Jaguars versus the Falcons, good game's going to come up. Patriots versus the Giants. Well, I can say the Giants will probably definitely lose this one, most definitely. The Jets versus the Eagles. I can tell you the Eagles will defeat the Jets fair and square. Eagles have both very strong offense and defense. Dolphins and Titans is a preseason rivalry game. However, I believe they're both tied 2-1, 2 wins and 1 loss. But however, I think the Dolphins will win because the top number one player on the Dolphins, Foster, is kicking some rear end. Colts versus the Bengals on Thursday night. It's going to be a good one. Uh, Panthers versus the Steelers. They're both 2-1. Two losses and 1 wins. However, I don't know who is going to win that one. I will not call that game. Redskins versus the Buccaneers. I believe that the Redskins will win that one fair and square. Bills versus the Lions. Screw them. The Rams versus the Vikings. I believe since I'm seeing that the Vikings have 3 wins, no loss, and I'm seeing Rams has 2 wins and 1 loss. Vikings will definitely come out with a win. Here's a rivalry game that happens every preseason. Cowboys versus the Texans. It's going to be a good game. Texans is looking very strong this season. The Cowboys have 2 mishaps over the weekend. They're not looking strong at all this season. I believe that Texans will carry out with a win. Packers versus the Chiefs. I believe that the Packers is looking very strong on both sides, offense and defense. Their quarterback looks like he got some common sense going on, so I believe that the Packers will definitely come out with a win. Ravens versus the Saints. The Ravens is 3-0 right now, and the Saints is 0-3. So, and that's a Thursday evening game on the NFL Network. I don't know. I'm going to call it. The Ravens is definitely going to win. Bears and Browns, the 2Ps are going at it. I believe that no one will win this one, in my opinion. They're both 0-3. However, somebody has to win, so it'll be the Bears. Broncos versus the Cardinals. That is a preseason rivalry game. Happens every season. Broncos will definitely come out with a win. Cardinals is looking very, very weak this season for the first. 49ers versus the Chargers. There is no network assigned to this. However, you can listen to it on the game radio on NFL.com. Uh, I believe that they're both 1-2 right now. Uh, I don't know who's going to win. I really don't. I believe that the 49ers will definitely win. Seahawks versus the Raiders. I don't know who's going to win, but you can catch that on the NFL Network. I was about to skip that for a second. Oops. Uh, Coming up on the regular season, I'm going to skip ahead before I go to the Major League Baseball. That's something I normally don't do, but tonight in Week 1, I have to focus on the normal regular season of Week 1. I have to do this on a couple of things. On the NBC network at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time will be the Panthers versus the Broncos. On Fox will be the Packers versus the Jaguars. Great game, 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday. That means we get Sunday football back. That means plenty of chip, plenty of dip, and plenty of BEER. Of course, on CBS at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, check your local listings for the, of course, everybody's different on their nationwide. I gotta say nationwide on my side. Chargers versus the Chiefs going to be a good game on Fox at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday. Saints versus the Raiders. Bengals versus the Jets 1 p.m. on CBS. That's just beginning. I'm not going to cover the rest of the week, so you just have to come back for more. Full standings coming up on MLB. Remember college football, since we're in football season already. Week 1 just started Friday, August the 26th. Hawaii versus California. California kicked Hawaii's rear end. Final score was 51-31. Let's take a look at Week 2. I'm just going to cover a couple of these, or a few of these. You can look at my website for more scheduling. Screw it, I'll just post it on the website. It's too many games going on Thursday, September the 1st, all the way leading up to Sunday. So you might want to check your local listings for your college games. You know how I work in MLB, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to start out with the losers first. I hate to say that. Makes me look like a freaking bully. I'm not a bully. I just don't. I just want to start off with this American League East. Okay, Rays, you need to go ahead and just drop out for the season. 55 wins and 75 losses. Those darn Yankees, y'all are looking tremendous this season. However, y'all not looking better than the Blue Jays. Uh, the Yankees is 67 wins and 62 losses. Those darn Orioles is 71 wins and 60 losses. Whoopee. Red Sox, I'm beginning to wonder if they really have Red Sox. I wonder if they do actually wear them. I don't know. 73 wins and 58 losses. Blue Jays, what the world is going on? You're looking good this season. 75 wins and 56 losses for the first time in a long time. In the Central Division in the American League, let's start out with the Twins. Y'all might as well call it quits. God, I played game and played better than y'all. Really, 49 wins and 82 losses. What the world? The darn White Sox, 63 wins and 67 losses. Ouch. The Royals is 68 wins and 62 losses. Those darn Tigers, y'all are looking good for the first time in a long time. 70 wins and 61 losses. Those Indians, good job this season. 74 wins and 56 losses. Y'all are burning the field up, I tell ya. Yeah, the Tigers.
Where are they from?
In space. I'll tell you later. Angels in Anaheim. Quit while you're ahead of losing. 56 wins and 74 losses. Ouch. Y'all are boring. Athletes I don't know what the world's coming to right now. I'll tell you the truth. 57 wins and 74 losses. Those darn Mariners, y'all looking good. 68 wins and 62 losses. The Astros, great job this season. 69 wins and 62 losses. Hopefully you'll make it to the World Series. Texas Rangers, y'all are burning up Texas like a wildfire. 77 wins and 54 losses. Burn, baby, burn. Let's go over to the National League, ladies and gentlemen. The rules still follow. I'll start with the losers first. The Braves, let's start out with the East. The Braves, y'all need to quit while y'all are still burning daylight. 58 wins and 83 losses. Phillies, y'all need to quit too. 60 wins and 71 losses. Those Marlins is 67 wins and 64 losses. Also, the Mets is 67 and 64. The darn Nationals, good job this season. 76 wins and 55 losses. In the Central Division, ladies and gentlemen, those darn Reds just don't have what it takes to continue the season. I don't think they will ever catch up. Uh, I believe they're just wasting their own darn time. Tell you the truth, 55 wins and 74 losses. Those darn Brewers is not doing good either. 56 wins and 75 losses. Those Pirates looking good this season. Not that good, but they're looking good. 67 wins and 61 losses. Those Cardinals, good job this season. Y'all could do better. 69 wins and 61 losses. And Cubs, you are kicking it. Uh, Good job with the coaching. It's 82 wins and 47 losses. Wow. Diamondbacks, what the world? Y'all never can't win? Really? 55 wins and 76 losses. Just quit. Really? Just call it a freaking season. You two Padres, 55 wins and 75 losses. Rockies, you too. What the world? But you still have a little bit of more time. But I don't think you'll be making it on time for the World Series unless you get the game going on. 62 wins and 68 losses. Those Giants and Dodgers are looking good for the West Division. I tell you, they are kicking it. Giants, 71 losses and 59 wins. Dodgers, tell you, your coaching rocks. Keep your coaches, keep your players where they're at. Uh, I want to see the same thing you're doing right now. I want to see it next season. Most definitely. 73 wins and 57 losses. Great job, guys. I tell you. Uh, right now it's bottom of the 10th. Miami versus New York Mets. They're tied 1-1. Overtime, baby. Tell you. I believe that the New York Mets will definitely take the win. I hope. Cross your fingers and hope not to die. Well, that's it for my little sports show. You like it? Why don't you support it? Get on my website. Send a little bit of cha-ching. Like millions of dollars kind of deal. Something like that. I can't really go into details. That's it for me. My name is Mike Plummer. I'm out. See you over the weekend. Remember, tomorrow is SmackDown. Then Wednesday is NXT and CWC. Then remember, Thursday is your Impact Wrestling. If they decide to quit messing around on Pop TV. Then remember, on El Rey Network, you have the Luchadors coming back here shortly. Who's ready for that? I know I am. See the little Mexicans fight.
Yeah.
That's it for me. I'm going to bed. Love you guys. See you on the next time around. I will be back on Saturday with your final scores for some of this week. I did went to the Red League game, the soccer, but I did leave when the first half was over. So pretty much, I don't know what the freaking score is. It's driving me crazy, but I will find out here soon. All right, talk to y'all later.